Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Financial Options with Thumper. And the first thing I want to say is thank you for your support. I can't believe we're already almost at 300 subscribers. I can't tell you how motivating it is to see that number grow and know that people are finding value in these videos. So thank you for that, guys. This week, obviously, I had 2 red days, 3 green days, and the green days outweighed the red days. I think most of those came from a couple of positions, but we'll get into that when I get to the trades I made this week. The progress report looks like I made about $5,000 in my net lick, so that's good. New all-time highs for the week. And I was actually able to bring down the months until millionaire counter, so that's always fun to do. June, I'm at almost $3,800 of realized premium. So again, June has been awesome, which is still mind-blowing because I don't feel like I've had much on for June to be this profitable so far. This week's trades, for those of you new here, I tend to sell premium and I aim for like 30 to 45 days out. I'm not that active of a trader, so like 8 trades a week is probably my norm, or maybe even above average for me. And I aim for 30 to 45 days out. So I put on positions and they're just sit there for a while before I close them. But this week was kind of a weird one. Monday, I saw Netflix dropped. I think it was down to like 478 at one point. And so this exact play that I put on last week had premium back into the contract, so I sold that. I was good with it at 460 last week. I'm still good with it at 460 this week. So this was an easy play. Log in, put it in, and out. MRK had a decent sized dip on Monday. It was getting near like 52-week lows, and the premium for the leaps were pretty small. So I actually went and bought 4 with the intent to turn this into a poor man's covered call. Tuesday, this is when Wish went up to above $15. So I went and sold some covered calls in my Wish position for $4 premium. And at the same time, Rocket shot up. And as you know, I have 10 leaps in Rocket. So I was able to sell some covered calls or turn into some PMCCs. And that was actually about, 20% of what I paid for the leaps. So that's kind of cool when I sold that for $200 or $195. Another trade on Wednesday was Wish dropped back down to 13. I figured it might go back up, so I might as well lock in the gain from the short calls I sold this week. So bought to close at 310 and netted, $446 from that trade, and that was a 2-day hold, or not even. No, that's a same day hold. That was actually on Wednesday too. So on the same day that I sold that position, I netted like $450. Thursday came around. I wanted to sell some calls on MRK because MRK went up, except the premium just didn't look that enticing. So instead, I chose to sell to close the leaps I bought the day before and pocketed $1,000 off that position. Rocket, again, had a little dip. I decided to close it because it's going to look as almost at 50% after a 1-day hold. Why wait till July 23rd when I already have almost 50%? So that's why I closed the Rocket shorts that I put on. And then Campbell Soup here, this was a position that Ro J from our Discord server was talking about in our Discord chat that happens on every Thursday night. And I liked the play, so I actually went through and put on 2 contracts of that guy. This week, I realized $2,300, and all 3 of those trades came from trades that were put on either Monday or Wednesday, so that's pretty cool. Extra short premium that I have cooking for the future, only about $500 because that's only Netflix and Campbell Soup. Everything else I closed out this week. Unusual week for me, but still, I'll take it. Current positions, not really much has changed. I'm still holding everything else that you saw last week. The only new thing is that we have Campbell Soup here at 44. The idea behind CPB here is that if I do get assigned at 44.5, I'm fine with actually doing the wheel on it, because 44 has really strong support that's been tested like 10 times and hasn't broken through. And because it's a dividend stock, you also make the assumption that if it gets below that point, dividend investors are going to scoop it up for that higher yield. So it seems like a safe, risky trade because like it's only what like a buck away from the current price. I think it was at 35% probability of in the money, so that's goes against my rules of staying above 30%. But it seems like a safe stock, so rules are meant to be bent, right? I want to take a moment to talk about YouTube and social networking. So this YouTube channel, I was surprised by how it's making me a better trader because people have conversations with me now. Like people that I've never talked to, they'll reach out, ask a question, and we start a conversation, and I'll learn something new. Such as when I posted the Poor Man's Cover Call video on a subreddit, people were talking about how to manage the PMCCs, and I learned some new ways to manage those going forward. So this YouTube channel is making me a better trader. So that's pretty cool. Social networking, I still think it's important that you find a group of people that trade similar to you that you can bounce ideas off of and learn and grow together. With all the tools available to us as retail investors, we need to take advantage of it, work together, and help each other succeed. Like there's no reason not to. Uh, Another thing that I wanted to talk about was a neat little tool that James from our Discord server talked about on the Thursday night chat, and it's the patterns on charts. So I'm gonna switch to ThinkOrSwim and show what that is and why that's actually pretty neat. All right, everybody, this is actually really cool. This is in ThinkOrSwim, and I learned this from James on our Thursday night Discord chat. If you're not in the Discord, I'll leave the link in the video description. I encourage you to join. It's completely free. We're not soliciting anything. Just come in, learn, grow, and contribute. So he talks about this patterns tool in ThinkOrSwim. If you click on this and click select patterns, on the left here you can choose what patterns you want it to look for. I think I put most of them on. And to add them, what you would do is just double click it and it'll pull up on the list over here. You can do the same thing with the candlestick. Only put on the ones that you know what they do. I mean, you got the abandoned baby over here. Never heard of that before, but it sounds funny, so I put that on. Once you get all the patterns you want to have the system look for you and plot automatically, click apply, then OK. Click on patterns again, show patterns, and you can see it's going to graph all the spots where those patterns appear. And what's neat is some of these patterns, if they're strong, it'll give a price prediction, and you'll see like a little box of where it's predicting it will go. This one is a channel up. It's predicting the price point will go down between 68 and 72.90 by 610. And as you can see, like the stock actually went down and hit that box. It's just something neat. I wouldn't trade just off of these patterns, but it's a nice confirmation. And this works on like all the stocks. Oh, so there's a neat one on Apple. I guess there's a double bottom, so there's the one, there's two. And you can see it predicted that there's going to be an increase, and it'll probably hit 135 to 146. And sure enough, if you look where that green box is, Apple did go up and hit that. So it's just another tool you can use to help like confirm your predictions. I wouldn't trade just off this alone, but so far looking through it, it does seem pretty accurate. I'm looking at a couple trades in the future to see how accurate it is. From what I'm told, it won't change these predictions after the fact. Once it sees the pattern, it'll plot it, and it'll make its prediction, and it'll leave it there. So this might be a very useful tool. So thanks to you, James, for pointing this out to us. And that about wraps us up. I hope you guys had an awesome week of trading. Enjoy the weekend, and get ready for next. I am not a financial advisor. Any information included in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for investment, tax, or legal advice.